Hello, hello, my friends. As promised, here is my second review of the day. Earlier today, I reviewed Kringle Candles Garden Fresh, and I told you guys that I would be putting up another review today, and that would be Country Candles Mandarin Petals. Now, before I get into the meat of this review, I do always like to be upfront and disclose when a candle has been sent to me in PR, and that is the situation here. So thank you very much to Kringle Candle for sending me this. They never ever tell me what I am supposed to say. They just appreciate honest feedback. And for those of you who have been shopping from the brand, or maybe for those of you who are rather new, Kringle Candle, in my opinion, has probably been one of the best brands in terms of listening to customer feedback. They really, really take into consideration a lot of the things that not only their ambassadors tell them about, things that they love, things that they'd love to change with their candles. They also listen to their affiliates and ambassadors, and so they're not very sensitive to criticism. So I do always like to put that out there, and I am always very, very grateful when they send me PR. So let's go ahead and talk about this fragrance because I feel like this is the most polarizing candle of this launch. People are either loving this scent or they are hating on it. And you're going to find out in this review where I fall on that scale. So let's go ahead and talk about this. This is one of their large vessels for Country Candle. Now, this is the only format in terms of the candle that this fragrance is available in. It is also available in a daylight and a wax melt, and you're going to want to pay attention to that because, yeah, I have some thoughts about how you might want to proceed going forward with this candle. Now, this is Country Candle's last run in terms of being a new release. So for those of you who are very nostalgic to the brand, this might be a little bit sad, but yes, this is the last Country Candle release that there is going to be. But you know what? I think Country Candle's kind of going out with a bang, to be quite honest with you. So this specific candle has a pour date of January 31st, 2025. We have top notes of citrus and fruit, mid notes of neroli and mandarin, base notes of berry and musk. All right, you guys. So I feel like the title for this review should be Holy Neroli because I feel like that has been the assessment many of my fellow ambassadors have been giving this candle. And here's what I'm going to tell you guys. My take on this candle is that this, to me, what my nose detects, do I smell mandarin? Yes, I smell mandarin, meaning those little tiny, like cutie oranges, the juiciness of those little tiny oranges. They're slightly sweeter than your typical navel or even your Cara Cara like blood oranges. I do detect some of that in this candle. Do I smell neroli? Yes, I do. The neroli note in here is coming off almost neroli to me is one of those fragrances that can sometimes come across a little bit orange blossomish. It can also sometimes be used in a lot of fragrances that come across like in the summertime as almost like sunscreen. And I think that what I'm getting in this candle is leaning a little bit more herbaceous, more of like that's kind of hard to describe. It's leaning more green, I would say. Maybe not quite herbal, but it's definitely more of a green, the green aspect of a neroli plant, neroli flower, than it is like the actual like neroli petals, I guess. That's the best way that I could put it. But I am also smelling, like I said, the juiciness of a mandarin fruit in and of itself. Um, the base notes of berry and musk, I also believe that those base notes, now berry to me, this is not coming across like your sweet raspberry or strawberry or anything like that, but I'm thinking that that combination of berry and musk is also lending, it's a little bit perfumey, and I think that that is playing into that neroli note that is making this fragrance just it's kind of hard for me to describe in terms of like what words I'm trying to connotate here. It's making it very powerful, very potent. Again, leaning a little bit more green, but at the same time slightly perfumey. And so this to me is definitely like it falls in that like floral category. To my nose, this is not, if you're somebody who loves like a good like straight up like orange juicy, fun, sweet fragrance, like say their Reserve Orange candle, which personally, guys, I think that's probably the best citrus candle. Just pure citrus fragrance that Kringle offers. It's not a gourmand, it's not a floral, it's just pure like citrus. If you're looking for a fragrance like that, you're not going to get it in here. Do you get juicy elements of an orange in here? Yeah, and it's like a little mandarin orange. But I would say that the fragrance notes that take over are that green, kind of like a green neroli note mixed with there's berry and musk in that base note. And the longer that you burn it, the more that those like stronger neroli type of fragrances, they just overtake the fruity sweet aspect of this fragrance. And I think that that is what has thrown a lot of people off. Now, personally, you guys, I actually like this fragrance. I'm not offended by it. I don't hate it. Is it one that I would repurchase? No. But will I burn it till the end? Yeah. And the reason why is that I actually think that this pairs really nicely. Sorry, you guys, I'm filming this outside, so I hope the ambulance going in the background is tuned out. But if not, we've got all sorts of soundtrack going on here. But what I was going to say is that this fragrance to me pairs really, really nicely with the candle that I reviewed earlier today, which is Garden Fresh. Now that has more, if you caught that review, of like a tomato vine, green, fresh, kind of some basil in there. And that's more green in like an herbaceous way, but also in a garden. And I actually think that this fragrance and that one complement each other really, really well when they are burned in separate rooms. So I will finish burning it. Will it be a repurchase for me? No. But again, I don't have the hate for this fragrance that a lot of other people do. I would say, based off of the fact that so many people have very different views on this candle. Remember when I mentioned earlier that this is available in a daylight or wax melt? I would say that if this one has you intrigued at all, I would probably pick up one of those smaller formats just to make sure before you commit to this vessel, because it is only available in the large size jar. I think like if you're planning to shop any of the Easter or maybe some of the new Reserve candles that are coming out this Thursday, toss a daylight or wax melt into your cart just to see if this is one that would be on your radar, and that's a way that you could possibly save some money. That would be my honest opinion. So let's go ahead and talk about the burn of this one, because I actually have had some funny things happen with this candle. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it around here. I've been burning this for about 3 hours now. You can see the wicks are performing pretty well. Right now I've got a nice wax pool. Not a whole lot of soot accruing at the top here. It's burning very nicely, very evenly, not having any issues with the wicks now. However, at the beginning of this candle, like when it was up here, these two wicks, I don't know what was going on, but they were placed so close together that they were almost wanting to create one flame. I feel like Melanie had this issue with, was it her Fresh Bergamot candle? I think my friend Drew Yock had that issue with the Lilac Macaron. So I don't know what happened during the pour of some of these country candles, but I do know quite a few of us, and I think I've even seen a few of you guys post in the Kringle Facebook group that some of your wicks on these country candles are super, super close together. Now for me, because I use a wick dipper and extinguish them, I monitored that with the wick situation. But the problem I was having at the beginning was because those wicks were so close together, it was creating this like giant flame going on, and I was getting a ton of soot accruing around the rim. What I did was I ended up and just wiped it out. But I noticed that once I got to about here and I got a little bit deeper wax pool, what I did was I took my wick dipper and I was able to kind of like push the wicks apart a little bit. They're still attached at the base just fine. So I think it was an issue where when they did the pour, the wicks kind of like settled closer together. But as I burned it, I was able to separate these wicks, and that has worked well for me, because now you can see that they are more appropriately spaced from each other and it's not burning too aggressively hot. Strength and throw on this candle is a solid 8 for me. I will say that's why I'm saying if you are interested in this candle, you better make sure that you like it, because not only does it throw quite well in my home, the fragrance does linger once it is extinguished. This is a fragrance that does want to linger for a while, which is great. I mean, you're really getting your money's worth if you decide that you like this fragrance. it will perform well for you. I do tend to notice on, this is just soy wax in general, because it's not just with Kringle and Country. I also notice this with my caramel sundaes, which is also 100% soy wax, that sometimes the candles start out a little bit strong. And then once I get to about this point in the candles, they start to fade off a little bit in terms of strength and throw, and then they hit the halfway point, and the rest of the way down, they are a little bit more potent. So that is something that I would say. But overall, you guys, this one I'm going to give a cautious 2 thumbs up to. Not going to be a repurchase for me, but also enjoyable enough that I won't be decluttering this one. You guys saw this weekend, I've been pretty brutal with my declutter, or I was pretty brutal in the month of March with decluttering candles. And this one, I'm not going to declutter. I am going to finish burning this. I enjoyed it enough to go ahead and finish it, but I'm not going to plan on repurchasing it. So if you are interested in this candle, I give the full caution. Try it in a daylight or a wax melt first. If you, again, are planning to shop with Kringle Candle, if any of the candles that you are interested in purchasing are currently full price, I do have a discount code with them. It is Katie15. It will save you 15% off of your purchase with them. It is an affiliate code eligible for a commission, so please only use that if you are comfortable doing so. But feel free to comment down below. What camp are you in? If you have purchased this candle or the daylight or the wax melt, are you enjoying this fragrance, or are you like, yeah, that one is not for me? I'm very curious to hear where all of you guys are standing on this one, because like I said, I feel like the opinions are very, very different on this candle. Again, please hit thumbs up if you found this review helpful. Consider subscribing to my channel if you are new. I've got lots of candle reviews coming up for you guys continuing throughout this month. So if you want some reviews on some of the latest releases, I just pushed this chair out of the way. You might want to be subscribed to my channel. So I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.